several different categories in the circle this season. You see why they only have 3 losses up to this point this season for Alabama. As we'll see the lineup tonight for the Crimson Tide. It starts at the top with Alexis, has reached safely 35 games in a row, the longest streak of her career. A lot of pop in this lineup as well. 66 homers this season. That is 3rd most in the SEC. For Auburn tonight, we will show you the starting pitcher here momentarily that gets the nod for game 1 of this 3-game series. It's the sophomore, Ella Harrison, with the start against the Tide tonight. See what she brings to the table. Likes to work north and south. First pitch, we are underway. What do you like what you see from Harrison when she's in the circle for Auburn?
Mostly that she's going to mix speeds. She has multiple speeds for each pitch, and that's something that you really have to do in the SEC. You have to have multiple speeds to keep the batters off balance, and she does a very good job at that.
It's a 2-0 count on Papillo. This ball lifted high and out of play. 2-1. Alabama 36-3 coming into this one. 9-3 in SEC play. Had a midweek victory against South Alabama. Look at the numbers. Video game numbers for Papillo in that leadoff spot. Pops this one up on the infield. Who wants it? First baseman Adams makes the catch at the last second.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Adams. That's not something that you want your pitcher to make a play on, especially because it's really hard to see. It's a high fly ball, but just being able to go in that direction and catch that ball, nice job.
How many pop outs did you catch when you were in the circle?
Not many.
Brooke Wells steps in and takes ball 1. Wells, the sophomore, out of Round Rock, Texas, a Houston transfer, 47 games at Houston last year. So she gets a taste of this rivalry for the first time. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Auburn 23-16 coming into this one, 2-10 in the league. Trying to snap a 6-game losing skid. 1-1, drilled to left field. It's off the wall, hits the Auburn logo. It's a loud 1-out single for Brooke Wells.
Yeah, Shaw did a very nice job of getting that ball in. You know, that ball's coming off the wall really hard, so just being able to get that one hop off the wall and get it back to second base, that's the extra 60 feet that she took away.
Yeah, this ball was crushed, so much so that look how hard it hits the logo and just ricochets right to Kylie Shaw. So a runner on first base for the Tide, 1 out. Giles at the plate shows bunt, takes a strike. Giles, a senior out of Clinton, Alabama. So Alabama, 3rd in the league in home runs. They can manufacture runs as well when they want to. Sacrifice bunts and sac flies. There's now 0-2. And for Auburn, that'll be key. You just saw that. 51 errors defensively. That is the most in the SEC. The defense has to play at a high level this weekend. Softly hit to the shortstop. Gobbled up by Hastings, though, to first. It's not in time. It's an infield single for Giles. So just alluded to the defense. That was a long way to go for the shortstop, Hastings.
Yeah, you seen she was playing back. We talk about how much pop they have, and then you have a slow roller. You know, you kind of have to take your chances on those plays. But Giles is pretty quick.
1 out, 2 runners on base. Taylor at the plate takes strike 1. Taylor, a freshman out of Jasper, Alabama.
I think that's one of the biggest things about this rivalry, though. 90% of the players are from the state of Alabama. They know the rivalry. They grew up with the rivalry. And that's just crazy to me.
You were a part of that from the state of Alabama.
I was. I grew up 30 minutes from Tuscaloosa.
It's a 1-2 count on Taylor. She is the reigning SEC Freshman of the Week. One of 4 freshmen for Alabama that have either been SEC Player of the Week or Pitcher of the Week.
Yeah, and that's something that Coach Murphy was talking about is, you know, they have 7 seniors, but only 4 are playing. You're just going to see a lot of freshmen.
Played a third in time to get the lead runner, Brooke Wells, for the second out.
Yeah, she did a nice job of knowing where her runners are and just taking that ball with her. I mean, it was hit hard at her, so she had a chance to make that play at third. She did a nice job.
Giles now on second, Taylor at first after reaching on the fielder's choice. Roman at the plate takes ball 1. Another one of these ultra-talented freshmen for Alabama. She's out of Florida. She leads the Tide in walks. Dribbles that foul, it's 1-1.
We talk about a lot how much pop they have, but you have players like this that, you know, they're getting on base, so you have those 2-3 run home runs, and that's where the runs add up.
1-1, check swing, appeal to third, doesn't go around. Garrett Knowles is our third base umpire. Brandon Bloom behind home plate, and we got Philip Friels over at first base tonight. 1-2. That's called a strike. Now the count sits at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Harrison trying to navigate their way out of a jam. The 2-2. Outside, counts full. This is a critical early pitch for Harrison. 3-2, runners on the move, ground ball right side. Wilson elects to go to first in time for the final outs of the inning. The Tide leave 2 runners stranded. We'll show you the Auburn lineup when we come back to Jane B. Moore Field.